2015 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chairman Ansello.
Here.
Mr. Baroff.
Here.
Ms. Boyce. Mr. Howland.
Here.
Mr. Willie Lightfoot. Mr. Marionetti.
Here.
Mr. Michike.
Here.
Mr. Morelli is excused. Mr. Yolovich.
Here. Okay. Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There's not.
Yes, Legislator Brett.
Thank you. I just have a request that we hold the meeting open. I know that Legislator Lightfoot is on his way, but he's just not here yet. I know he's on his way, however.
Okay.
There's one.
Okay, yeah, we'll wait a couple minutes.
I'm just requesting to hold the meeting open so when he does arrive, he's...
Yes, all right. We start over. All right, let's give it a minute. We'll give it a minute. Yes. We keep going? Okay. All right, is there anyone present who's not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Okay. The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. Hi, Willie. You have the April 28th, 2015 minutes before you. They'll stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Okay, at this time, Paul Johnson, Associate Planner for the Planning and Development Department, will give a brief overview of the 2016 to 2021 Capital Improvement Program as it pertains to the Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All the legislators should have received your copies of the County Executive's recommended 2016 to 2021 Capital Improvement Program. This program, per the charter, has been reviewed by the Monroe County Planning Board, and they are recommending it. And they did conduct one public information meeting as part of their review. As is the case with each of these capital improvement programs, there are no funding approvals associated with your action. Under the charter, you're to hold a public hearing, on the program before adopting it. So hopefully at your June meeting, you'll set that public hearing, conduct the hearing in July, and adopt this program at your July meeting. I want to go through three sections of the capital program that pertain to the Public Safety Committee. The first would be the Department of Public Safety, which you'll find on page 72 of the document. There are some changes from last year's program with our public safety area. Funding is increased over the 6-year period, and we've had some changes to the funding of several of the projects. There are 3 new projects in this 6-year period. The first one, the computer-aided dispatch system replacement for $5.2 million in 2016. In 2021, there are 2 other new projects, the forensic instrumentation upgrade and the 911 workstation replacement project. The next area of interest to the Public Safety Committee would be on page 75, which is the District Attorney's Office. This is a new program area for our 6-year program. And the District Attorney is requesting one project, the Prosecution Case Management System, which is to replace a computerized case management system that's been in place and in use for 14 years. So it's overdue for a replacement. So that project is scheduled in the first year, 2016. And the final program area that I would bring to your attention would be the Sheriff's Office, which you'll find on page 76. The total funding for this 6-year effort, if you were to compare it to last year's, is down. One of the reasons is that you will note that the Jail and Correctional Facility project, which has appeared in previous programs and usually had funding in each of the 6 years, is not in this 6-year program. We're taking a time out, so to speak, with that project to do a complete evaluation and assessment of the capital needs at the jail, downtown jail, and the correctional facility. We anticipate to complete that in this year so that in starting again in 2017, we'll have a better defined project for improvements to those two facilities. Another project that was in last year's program and is not in this year's is the Court Bureau Building Security Project, which actually was completed as part of another capital project undertaken earlier. And there's one new project for the sheriff in 2021, and that's the Sheriff's Office Firearm Replacement Project. And that, Mr. Chairman, concludes my presentation. We'd be happy to entertain questions about the program when we get to this item on the agenda.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is new business.
Referral 15-0156.
Moved by Legislator Mitchkay, seconded by Legislator Howland. Is there any discussion? Yes, Legislator Barat.
Thank you. Through the Chair of the Administration, I have a question regarding the CIP for the Sheriff's Office. You mentioned in the presentation that you're taking a time out on the jail project and a few others, and that it will be back in 2017 after a thorough review. My question is approximately how much is the value of what was been taken out that was previously in the CIP plan that is not there now that might in some form show up in 2017?
Through the chair, if you were to look at last year's program, you will have seen a project for the jail and correctional facility with funding in each of the 6 years that totaled almost $11 million. And it varied from year to year, but that was the total for the 6 years. I don't know that I can estimate at this point what the revised project will look like. I think the likelihood is that it certainly will be a better defined project and much more accurate cost estimate of what it's going to take to improve those facilities.
Thank you. Through the Chair of the Administration, I didn't expect you to have any better definition. I simply didn't have the prior years of CIP in front of me at the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Legislator Boyce?
Through the chair, if you could give me a little bit more information with regards to the shotgun and rifle replacement project. I see it's almost completed, but can you tell me how this was done and how it was phased in, and what exactly are we looking through 2016? Is there anything you can give me with regards to that?
Through the chair, Jennifer Curley from the Sheriff's Office. We sent out a RFP for the shotguns and the rifles, and we did purchase them, and we have conducted a little bit of training on them. And I think the little items are just pieces like to fix the rifles or shotguns. If things come up, we were just buying little pieces, but generally the project is complete.
Okay, a follow-up question with regards to how are we doing with regards to ammunition with regards to the Sheriff's Department? Are we finding it?
Through the chair, we were not able to use capital funds to buy ammunition.
Okay, right.
But I believe we're doing okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yes, Legislator Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, to the administration, I hear that there's talk about the changing of the CAD system. My first question through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration is how old is the current old system?
Through the chair, the current CAD system was installed in 1994.
Okay. Now, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, as part of the replacement of this equipment in this CIP, is that also going to include the radios for trunk system for firefighters?
Through the chair, no. It's strictly the CAD system at 911.
So that trunk system, radio system has nothing to do with the CIP, this current CIP?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 15-0157.
Moved by legislator Holland, seconded by legislator Boyce. Is there any discussion? Legislator Barath.
Thank you. Through the chair of the administration, were there any local applicants for the RFP?
Through the chair, Fred Ryan, Office of Emergency Management. Yes, there were local vendors who responded.
Thank you. And through the chair of the administration, while they were not considered to be the most qualified, were they considered to be qualified?
Through the chair, based upon the score sheet that has been used, I would say that yes, they were qualified, but not the most highly qualified for this particular planning endeavor.
Thank you. And then through the chair of the administration, how many local applicants were there who were considered, in your mind, qualified at least?
Through the chair, in terms of qualified local, out of the local vendors, I would say one of the local vendors was certainly qualified.
But not more than one through the chair.
Correct.
Thank you. And then through the chair of the administration, on a slightly different note, I note that this is a one-year contract with an option to renew for an additional year. But from reading the referral, it seems to me that since the update is due to FEMA by August 2016, any extension would have to do with somehow not meeting that deadline. Does the contract reflect that in any way, shape, or form, or is it simply an extension as an additional 1 year of payment at the same rate regardless of the cars for the extension?
Through the chair, the timeline in which we have this planned out as of right now would be that the update would be complete and submitted to FEMA by the end of the contract period.
Without the extension, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. Then through the chair of the administration, and then under what circumstances might we go to an extension?
Through the chair, if FEMA has the ability to review the plan, and if they give us suggestions on things we might need to alter in our plan or update, that would be one potential reason for an extension if need be.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Welcome.
Is there any further discussion? Yes, Legislator Lightfoot. No? Okay. Okay, seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? The item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? Yes, Legislator Lightfoot.
Chairman, I have a letter that I'm going to be submitting to you, Mr. Chairman, concerning our trunk radio systems. I have about 10 questions, formal questions that I want to ask this committee and this administration for answers to. So I'll submit that to you via writing, sir, with those questions, and look for, hopefully, answers to those questions by the next Public Safety Committee meeting. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. There being no other matters, the May 18th, 2015 meeting of the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be held on Monday, June 22nd, 2015 at 5:30 p.m. Thank you.